The organisational and promotional genius behind the instant and revered success of Warwick Farm circuit was Englishman Jeff Sykes. Jeff was invited by the Australian Jockey Club on the basis of his impressive UK experience to discuss the design of an Australian version of Aintree. Due mainly to his planning and drive, the 3.6 kilometre facility was finished at Warwick Farm in only 6 months. It was noteworthy of its time for its large expanses of grass. It was extremely safe and extremely easy for the crowds to reach with an existing AJC diversion off the main railway line from Sydney, allowing train travel right into the grounds at their own station. A small but efficient operation, the Australian Automobile Racing Club in Sydney became the essential drop-in point for an endless parade of the world's top Grand Prix sports car drivers. Jeff knew them all, and in 1964, with his New Zealand counterpart Ron Frost, he cleverly created the Tasman Cup Series to fit in with invitations to race down under in their off-season. All the legendary top Grand Prix names came here year after year. Australia has never enjoyed this before or since. Warwick Farm became one of Australia's premier motor racing venues and gained a reputation as a driver's track. It hosted the Australian Grand Prix and rounds of both the Tasman Series and the Australian Drivers' Championship, along with the Australian Touring Car Championship, including the last year it was run as a single race. Spencer Martin will drive Bob Jane's Brabham BT11A Climax. Kevin Bartlett runs the Mildren Brabham BT11A Climax. Mildren's Brabham BT16 Climax is for Frank Gardner. Greg Cusack has the ex-Jim Clark Lotus 32B Climax, another Tasman Series hand-me-down. Here's John Harvey at scrutineering with Bruce Burr and Peter Malloy and the RC Phillips ex-Bib Stillwell Brabham BT14. Bob Jane's mechanic John Sawyer pushes this car, which is owned today by BJ Corp. Notice the lineup of Formula Vs in the background. They were introduced into Australia by Jeff Sykes at Warwick Farm. Leo Gagan has pulled a head stud in the Lotus 39 Climax and will not start. Crikey, somebody's just been given a nose job. Gardner shows the driving skill and experience he's gained overseas. Frank carves up the S's and bounces over the northern crossing. Just watch KB here drifting right on the edge. This race-long nose-to-tail duel between Martin and Harvey goes down as one of the all-time classics. They're both still at it as they're braking for the causeway. Watch these various lines onto the causeway. He's keeping going even though he's got no nose. Here's the Mike Champion Brabham BT2 Ford, followed by Glenn Scott in the Lotus 27 Ford Twin Cam. These guys are still at it, hammer and tongs. Spencer Martin only raced in 4 rounds, but with his points here at Warwick Farm, he clinched the 1966 Gold Star Championship. Frank Gardner in the Mildred Brabham won the Horden Trophy, but he was not awarded championship points as he was not classed as an Australian resident. The Aussie larrikin has come a long way from his mum's Morris Minor. An epic day's racing. It's Australia Day, 1967, in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, with its usual wet and foggy weather at Catalina Park. Norm Beachy lines up the Chev Nova next to Brian Foley's Cooper S, along with Peter Manton, the king of minis. Pete Gagan trundles out in his Mustang past the Volvos, Renaults, an early Skyline GT and Malcolm Bailey's Zephyr. Five minutes to 1 and the flag drops. Foley fights in vain. Gagan sliding under wheelspin, but Norm storms off the lead. Heading up the Craven A corner, Norm has more power than Pete. Lap 2 and Pete's catching Norm. Right on his tail, leaving the Tunnel of Love. Coming down the hill on lap 3, Pete draws near under brakes. Start of lap 4 and it's tight. Gagan has stopped on the circuit. Oh, Norm is relieved. You one of the faces in this crowd, you'd be over 70 now if you were there. Chev scoops up Wright's Renault Dauphine. Manton is now 3rd, Phil Barnes 4th. Graham Ryan in the Wagon EHS, Bob Holden in the 1100cc Mini in his boot. going to catch Norm, and Matt closes on Foley. Laps Bailey Zephyr. Norm is unbeatable as he starts lap 10 in light drizzle. It's the last lap and Beachy is stuck in first gear. The bricks are coming. I mean, he's pouring on out of the tunnel. Foley pips Norm by inches over the finish line to win the race. Matt was third by the same margin. What a race, what a race.